All right, hello everyone. So this is going to be a little bit of a different video for me. I'm pretty much just going to be going through people's comments from my last few videos. There's been a lot of interesting points brought up, things I haven't thought about and stuff. So I'm going to just basically be going through those. First off is a pretty crazy one here. I gave no thought to this whatsoever, but basically I put my garage right here in the corner of my base, thinking this is pretty cool, impenetrable corner. You can't break through it. And somebody commented that basically garages are not inside raids, so presumably they're being edited out. So if my base were chosen to be as one of the raidable bases, I would have this gigantic hole right in the corner of my base that anybody could walk right in and start breaking into all my stuff, at least the things that are not in the metal rooms, but supposedly the metal cutter's coming out soon. So, not that I really care because that's not how raiding works. Nobody would actually take my stuff. It's just the AI and whatever. I'm not that worried about it, but and it actually would be quite an honor to have people raiding my base and seeing that on YouTube. That I'd have a lot of fun watching that. But yeah, I didn't think about this at all. If you guys have some theory about how all this works and if this is really what might happen, I'd love to hear what you think about that because I really don't know how that works. But I could always just bump my dog crate back now that I have all this extra space and wall that corner off, and I might do that, but we'll see. So moving on to the second thing here, I wanted to kind of go back to the dogs, things that I forgot to mention about the dogs. So a lot of people are telling me they're still working on getting their true friend. What I did was I did use the dog food, the special dog food. You can buy it. I got 3 bags of it since I don't really spend much money on this game. Um, I basically got 3 bags of this at the farm. So if you keep grinding at the farm, eventually you'll get one of these up in that house, I believe, on the up left, the farmer's house. So I did use one the first time when I bred like 3 dogs together, 3 pairs of dogs, and I didn't get a true friend. But this time I used the food again, and I managed to get it. Of course, I also made sure that I had my breeder dogs, the ones with Witty. I had 3 dogs with kind of higher percentages of Witty going at the same time as well. So I just had them there the entire time. I didn't switch them out with bloodhounds. I just kept them there for the full 24 hours. And you definitely want to breed as many level 3 dogs as you can if you're going to use that special food, just to take advantage of it to its fullest potential. And I did breed 2 level 3 dog pairs at the same time when I did it that time. So that's kind of the best hope for getting one of these. And yeah, I don't know how I got lucky getting all the best things. This is like pretty much, other than the fact that leader isn't 5, I think this is the ideal dog that you can possibly get. These traits, like on the first rank here, Hunter's pretty much the best one. I mean, I'm not at all worried about experience with companion. I'm gonna get to 200 pretty quickly. I'm not worried about that. The puppy, growth speed, and well stocked, those are nice things to have, but Hunter means you're more likely to find more dogs, and I believe that applies to turkeys and all the other stuff. So that's a really good one. In rank 2, Bloodhound, of course, is huge. Finding C4 and weapons and things like that. The other 3 are kind of like the stinkers in that rank. In rank 3, leader ultimately I think is going to be the best one, since that's gonna, once you get a true friend, you want him to do a lot of damage. And Witty's a good one to get on your way towards getting the true friend. But once you got him, it's still useful for getting your other dogs up there. But for whatever reason, it says guard is common, but I've only gotten 1 or 2 dogs ever with guard. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But and then once you get up to level 4, pretty much all you care about is getting true friend, and all the other ones are kind of just whatever. So more on dogs. So I finally got that minigun at the bunker. That was so nice to finally get that thing that's been sitting there, walking by that every time I go into the bunker and never able to get it. But I used the dog on the fourth floor and got a steel plate right away, and so it's nice to finally take advantage of him. I mean, he doesn't last super long, but you know, the little bit that he helps makes it a little bit of a difference. So a couple people have commented about the dogs. This is kind of critical too, because the dogs steal your XP if he gets the kill on the zombie or whatever, and that I'm not that particularly worried about. But somebody else mentioned that the dog kills whatever it is that's your task, like let's say the dog kills the blind one, or you have to kill the alpha wolf or something for a raider's task. Apparently, according to the person in the comment, and I'm pretty sure he's correct, if that happens, you won't get credit for that task. So you got to be really careful about that. That's something I got to watch out for. And the only other thing about the dogs is I find it pretty cool that they have them chase around the animals when you're in a zone. That's a nice touch. I always like watching that. So let's see. Somebody commented about what do I take to the gas station to get 10 magazines. So that's kind of what I've been doing is I'm going there. I'm like, I'm on a mission to finish my off-road bike as quick as I can. So what I've been taking is I'm taking like a couple gas tanks that pretty much maxes that thing out right away. But I've got some wheels and some forks I can throw in there as well. These guys here, I'm taking several of these. 6 or 7, 8 of them, whatever I can squeeze into my inventory, and dumping those in. And I've been taking like pretty much a whole stack of engines. I've got plenty. I mean, I kind of want to keep about at least 200 minimum on me, just, you know, for this ATV or anything else that comes up. So I'm definitely never going to use more than what I need to maintain that 200. But I don't have much farther to go, so I don't mind dropping a couple more stacks of these in there just to get myself across the finish line with that. And then wrenches, I'll take a stack of wrenches. And I'm not really giving them any gas, but you know, I'll bring some wires and some other stuff. That doesn't really get you there, but I think that's mostly it. Aluminum plates are too valuable to me to sacrifice over there. And, you know, maybe I'll take over an engine or a generator or whatever, but those don't really give you a ton. I was for a while going there and like trying to get the first 2 engines in the cars, but you waste so many weapons and stuff trying to get those, and it seems to give you very little, so I'm kind of overdoing that. And I think that's mostly it. I might be forgetting one other thing I typically bring over there, but yeah, just doing that pretty much gives me 10 magazines. So 2 more trips over there and I'll have that thing finished, and I'll have those 2 extra slots that I can totally take advantage of when I'm doing the suicide trick on raids. I'm almost got this thing maxed out for firearms. So what's next here? So somebody asked me what my thoughts were about the update in general. So here it is. The gas is awesome. The fact that you're using half the gas. I'm totally taking advantage of that. I'm using gas way more often than I used to. I'm still trying to conserve. I'm not being wasteful about it, but I mean, I'm using it when I feel like I need it, and it's nice not having to worry about it as much. Raiders tasks. So Raiders, that's kind of a whole nother topic right there, but let me run over here. So I just did my very first raid in this update, and it was a stinker. I looked it up. It wasn't worth the C4, which is the whole reason why I look these things up now, because it's just a big waste. I might make a whole video about what they did wrong with Raiders, kind of a JCF style thing, but raids really are not as fun as they should be, and they really messed that up pretty bad. But yeah, I had to kill the witch, which I went ahead and used a C4, which is a total waste. And I kill the witch, and of course I don't get her head again. And I get a raid that's just a complete stinker, not worth a C4 to get into it to get the little bits that they had. And but yeah, the Raiders tasks are not easier. They said that they would be easier. Killing the witch is not something for a newer or even a moderate player. You got to use some decent guns on that, and maybe a C4. Unless you're like really gung ho and know what you're doing. So a lot of these other ones, like the style right here where it says to go to a particular zone and kill one of these new little micro bosses, whatever you want to call them, like the alpha dog. Apparently, these things are really hard to find sometimes. You might go there and get it right away. I've got somebody in my clan who says he's been like there for 4 days trying to find this guy, like back and forth, and he cannot find him. So apparently, this is like hit or miss, and it could really frustrate you. They still have like this kind of stuff going on with the airdrops, and that's kind of sucks because at least if they drop the ones where you can't do it right away, like the witch. At least the nice thing about the witch is you can just go do it. This one here, it takes 2 days of waiting, and so if you're trying to build up your meter and stuff, these things just kind of kill your momentum. Yeah, get out of here. But so yeah, this is my second set as tasks, and this of course is nice. This is nice. I just did that like in the first couple of minutes. The third floor and this, this is not a horrible set of tasks. Once again, I'm not really making raiding a big deal. I'm really starting to enjoy this game again. Just there's a lot more stuff to do. Just taking those 2 months off kind of set me up to have a lot of stuff to work on. So I'm making progress and kind of enjoying the game again. Not as much as when raiding was super fun, but it's still like enjoyable at the moment. So I'm happy about it. So chests, the whole storage update, it's kind of like it's hard to say if this is a good thing or not, but apparently they did it for a reason, and we'll find out soon enough why this had to be condensed. I don't know if it's just meant to make it easier for newer players to build smaller bases and be more secure, or if there's some bigger reason where I might have to tear down some of my base to make room for things outside. It's a little frustrating trying to deal with having several items in one container. It used to be that each one of my chests would hold one item or two, maybe three at most. Now I have to have like 4 or 5, 6 different types of items in each container, and that's kind of a pain to keep track of things. It's definitely not as easy. I don't particularly like these labels. They don't really tell me what's inside this stuff. I mean, wood. I mean, it would be nice if they made more labels that accurately reflected what's inside, because obviously this is not wood. It's just kind of a general resource tag, so it's not super useful. The grenades are pretty cool. I already have the grenade launcher mod, so it's not a big deal for me. I just got 3 grenades in the last chest in the 4th floor, so that was pretty sweet finding that. I think once I get a couple of stacks going, I'll probably start trying to experiment with them and use them in different situations. But it's not a big deal for me just because I have that mod. But otherwise, it would be pretty useful. And then the new event that kind of came along with this update, I'm actually going to head over there right now. So let me do that. It's nothing special. It's just a little bit of a grind, but the couple of rewards at the end make it all worthwhile. So I don't mind doing that while I'm taking care of everything else. I'm definitely trying to multitask while I'm out grinding. I'm taking care of the event. I'm eating up a lot of my broken down armor and guns to kind of clean up my base and working on my XP and a bunch of other things at the same time. So it kind of makes it all worthwhile. And I guess I'll talk a little bit about the tactical backpack giveaway thing, but excuse me. So yeah, the tactical backpack giveaway. I assume that means that thing's coming out in the next update, and they're just giving it out early, just as a kind of like a whatever giveaway. But I don't know what the deal is with that. It requires titanium to build it. Is it possible that the backpack is never going to be craftable or not going to be craftable anytime soon? Because I don't expect the titanium update to be coming anytime really soon. It would be interesting to have an item like that that is only obtainable by finding it, like as a rare drop in an infected chest or something. That's kind of an interesting, different take on it. I'd be super scared to ever take that thing out on a zone because if I died, I would lose it, and that would be terrible. But I'm not sure what the deal is with that. The assumption is that it's coming pretty soon for everybody. I can't see them just giving it out to a few people as some kind of a special gift, trophy, whatever. But we'll see. So let's see where I get with this guy. Take that. And take you. That's it. So I'm at 9. This is the one that I want as far as something useful. That's going to be pretty cool since I've only got the weakest sight for my AK, so that'll be kind of a somewhat big improvement for my AK. And obviously this is the big trophy prize to get. Get out of here. And so yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for leaving the comments. I always appreciate it. I try to respond to everybody's comments. I mean, I know if you comment on some older video, I might not always see it. I don't always get the notifications, but I pretty much read every comment that you guys leave and respond if it's in deserving of a response. If you're asking a question, I'll definitely respond to you. I guess I also forgot that another thing to add to this is that my chopper here, I just finally gave it a wash. It's pretty funny. I put the winter pattern on it, and I was like, wow, this winter pattern looks really grungy. It's like it really went dark with this thing. It used to be so like sparkly and stuff, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot there's like a way to wash this thing. So I gave it a nice bath, and now it looks kind of like what I expected. So I guess that's kind of true to life. I'm kind of the guy that waits for the rain to get my truck washed. So yeah, I guess that's it. So I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, bye-bye.